Monifeith High School.
My name is Chelsea Jarvie and I'm a cybersecurity consultant and I run a company called Neon Circle.
Hi Chelsea, did you always want to have a career in cybersecurity?
I didn't always want to have a career in cybersecurity, and I've spoken a lot in the past actually about how much I hated computing at school. So it might sound quite strange, but I just found computing at school quite boring, and I didn't realise that you could have a career in cybersecurity. So when I was at school, there wasn't any sort of cybersecurity qualifications or anything at school. So although computing was my strongest subject, I didn't want to pursue it. I wanted to do pharmacy, which is like a mix of chemistry and biology. But yeah, it wasn't until I left school and I found out about the different careers that I thought I'd want to do cybersecurity as a career.
Hi Chelsea, do you have any advice for those who want to go into cybersecurity?
So my advice for anybody who wants to go into cybersecurity is that it's not all about the technical skills. So I think when you think of cybersecurity, you think of a hacker and you think of somebody sitting coding and it's a really, really technical subject. But actually there's a huge amount of different roles with a variety of skills that are needed in cybersecurity. For example, you know, if you really wanted to do teaching, for example, you might actually be able to do a sort of cybersecurity awareness role where you teach people about how to be cyber secure in work. And there's a huge amount of roles for people that are able to communicate and teach people how to stay safe at work and online. So there's, you know, communication skills. If you're technical, there's definitely a role for you. But if you like working with people and you like helping businesses and you like working as part of a team, then there's a role for you in cybersecurity too.
Sorry, young STEM leaders, I'm going to jump in and ask Chelsea a question. Chelsea, there's obviously a lot of stuff out there about staying safe online, whether you're a young person or an adult, and sometimes maybe a bit of a fear factor around it. How justified are all of the concerns and fears about staying safe online in your opinion?
So I think they are all valid. I think, you know, the likelihood of somebody attacking you personally is probably, you know, quite low in terms of if you're going to be a specific target of an attack. But you know, phishing emails get sent to millions of people every single day. They're not particularly targeted to you, but people just still want to scam you and they'll send these generic emails out that try and make you click. So I think it is very much justified that we need to understand how to keep ourselves safe. And I think one of the main things that we really need to look at is our digital footprint. So the information that we post about ourselves on social media, or well, yeah, mainly through social media really, but in the future, you know, what does our digital footprint say about us? You know, if we're at school and we post things in 10 years time, do we still want that information to be out there in public? So I think it's very important to understand what your digital footprint is and make sure that you're comfortable with the information that's out there about yourself.
How is it that you got into STEM?
So I got into STEM when I left school and got rejected from my university course choice. So I had put all my eggs in one basket and I had one option, which was to go to Aberdeen and do pharmacy. And then I got rejected. So at the last minute in August, after I got my results, I had to sort of find what I was going to do that year when all my friends were going to uni. So I ended up at Dundee College. I'd already got 6 hires at school, but I needed to just find something to do. So I'd done another 3 hires, random stuff. Done psychology, philosophy, and modern studies. It was very random. And it was during that point that I had to like reevaluate what my skills were. So, you know, what was I good at? Because pharmacy, I'd been rejected, so I had to cross that off my list of options. So computing was always my strongest subject at school, even though I didn't enjoy it. So I started looking at different careers, and I saw cybersecurity, and I thought I always wanted to help people in my job day to day, but I hadn't considered helping people through technology and helping people stay safe and keep their money safe from criminals. So I applied and gave it a go, but I was nervous that I might not enjoy it. So it was a bit of a leap of faith applying for my degree. So I'd done ethical hacking at Aberdeen in Dundee, which is pretty close to you guys. So it was a good degree. I really did enjoy it, but it might be one of your other questions, but I was definitely in the minority. There was only 2 women out of around 70 students, so it was, yeah, there wasn't a lot of us.
What are the main skills and qualities you need for this job?
So what are the main skills and qualities? I think it depends on your role within cybersecurity, but it's, you know, if you're doing a really technical job, then having that sort of those technical skills, so problem solving, being quite analytical, they're always really useful. But I think more and more what we need in cybersecurity is good communication skills. So people who can communicate to a wide range of audiences, so not just technical experts. So definitely communication skills. I've already mentioned problem solving. There's a huge amount of problem solving to do. So and also the ability to always want to learn and keep up to date. So there's always hackers coming up with new ideas and new ways to hack into businesses. So we need to keep on top of that and make sure that we're putting the right controls in place to protect that company against these new attacks that are coming out. So yeah, a willingness to learn and sort of be eager and curious as well is definitely required in cybersecurity.
You mentioned earlier that you were the minority. Did you face any challenges or issues when pursuing this career?
I was in the minority within cybersecurity, but I don't feel being an issue for me, apart from my own confidence. So I didn't feel like I belonged within the cybersecurity course or the cybersecurity world at all when I first started out. Because if you don't see people that look like you, then it's quite difficult to think and feel that you belong. But actually I found that I worked hard and I got my degree, so I did have a place, even though I didn't look like everybody else really on the course. But I've not faced any sort of external challenges really. There are some people who have really, really old-fashioned attitudes and see sort of young women and think that they automatically think you're not there as a technical expert and you're maybe there as like an assistant or something. I've had that happen to me before, but I don't think it's like held me back or set me back in any way.
What's a key bit of advice you'd give to young women who are interested in STEM?
So for young women and I guess for young men as well, my key advice would be just to never let anybody feel that you don't belong in the field. So I've had it a lot where people have tried to make me feel that I don't belong in cybersecurity. But actually, if you work hard and you have your position and your role, that you deserve to be there, and don't let anybody else sort of put you off or make you feel that you should choose something else or choose a different career or a different job. But yeah, have your place and have it with confidence, I would say.
What is the most rewarding part of your job and favourite part of it?
My favourite part of my job is definitely that I know that I help people every day. So I'm not serving customers. I used to work in Boots when I was at school, and there that you're serving a customer because you put their stuff through the till. But when you're working in an office, it's sometimes hard to see who your customer is. But actually, every day I put security controls in place that mean that somebody's information in the world is being protected or their money is being protected. So every day, I feel that I'm helping somebody, and particularly when I worked for the government, I was helping citizens of Scotland, which was really rewarding. So I like that, and I think it's important to always keep in mind who your end customer is and who it is that you're serving every day, although you're not on a till maybe.
Hi Chelsea, what is the most exciting project you've ever worked on?
Oh, I've worked on a few exciting projects, I have to say. One in particular was when I was working for the Scottish Government, and there was a brand new government department being set up, which is not a usual thing to happen, but because of you know, the Scottish independence referendum and lots of, I'm not really into the politics, but some of the political decisions that were made, we were building a new benefits agency in Scotland, so like a mini DWP. And I had to build the cybersecurity team, so recruit and build a team of experts to help make sure that that agency was safe and secure, and that people could get benefits payments safely, and that their information was held securely all the time. So that was a really exciting project, and I worked in that role for about 18 months, so it was a long project. But last year I decided to start my own company, and that has been really exciting because it's just me trying to work out how to run a company and how to make it work. So that's been another exciting project too. There's lots of possibilities in cybersecurity.
If there were no cybersecurity experts, what do you think would happen?
Oh, that's a good question. If there were no cybersecurity experts, what would happen? I think we would be in complete carnage, if I'm honest. If there was no one to make sure we were developing secure websites and secure applications and services where, you know, people's privacy was at the heart of it, I think all of our information would be public, and we would have absolutely no private life at all, and maybe not even any money because it might all be stolen. So yeah, I've never thought about what life would be like without cybersecurity experts, but I think it would be pretty grim, if I'm honest.
Who would you say benefits most from cybersecurity?
Who benefits most from cybersecurity? So I think we all do. So, you know, as consumers and as individuals, we benefit from it because our information and our privacy is kept safe. And I think companies benefit from it because, you know, if all their customer information was out on the internet, then they might not get any more customers. So I think then, you know, businesses benefit from it. I think definitely the government benefit from having good cybersecurity in place, so we can keep our nation safe from other countries who may want to you know, affect us. So yeah, no, I think every single person in the world benefits from the cybersecurity expertise that we have.
Do you think STEM is promoted in schools enough?
I think STEM is promoted in schools a lot more than it was when I was at school. I don't think I ever had anything like this when I was at school. But is it promoted enough? I don't think so. And it's probably not promoted at a younger level. I think it maybe needs to be promoted sort of primary school level plus. Although I think we'll probably see the impact of the work. You know, there's so much good work happening in schools, and I think we'll see the benefit of it in probably like 10 years' time, when you guys all go to uni, finish, and then decide what job you want to stay in. But we find that there's like drop-off points through school and through uni and then in jobs where actually, if you look at, I think I saw a stat on Twitter, and it was like, you know, women, like 50, I don't know if this is even accurate, but it was like 50% of women working in tech will leave tech before they're 35. So there's like all these drop-off points throughout somebody's career where they might decide to move out of tech or STEM subjects. So I think there's more that could be done in school, but there's also more that could be done in industry to make it more inclusive and for people to feel that they belong and that they're happy working in STEM.
Have you done anything to promote STEM careers in schools or elsewhere?
Yeah, so I've done a lot to promote STEM careers, and I started doing a lot of STEM ambassador work when I was at uni. So when I was in my second year of uni, I didn't know that this was a thing, whether you could promote these sorts of careers, and that there was a huge push for more, particularly for more women in STEM subjects. So when I was in second year of uni, I learned all about the STEM ambassador program and you know, about going into schools and promoting the work that we're doing. So so yes, I've done that. That's about 8 years ago now. So so I've been doing it for a while, going into schools or talking at careers events and doing things like this today.